Good afternoon, aunties and uncles. This is Booties and Bonnets again. I haven't been on for quite some time. I've been kind of busy like we all are now that fall is here. Um, I'm so excited to show a 6-month-old reborn that I just created, and I had her body, and the reason was I had ordered a 23-inch body, but I did not have a doll for it to fit on, and so it kind of sat in a box for like 4 months or 6 months, and I finally decided I better buy a kit to go with this 23-inch body. And so about a week and a half ago, I finally got I was just excited to start another kit and paint, create create a little larger baby. And so I went to Bountiful Baby, the website, and I found a kit on sale, and I just fell in love with it. So I decided, since I had the body already, I was gonna go ahead and order it. So I got it, and so I wanted to show you my latest creation. Now I've been painting here on my reborns for the last babies I've made, and I've decided that I wanted to try rooting here, and so I wanted to show you this little girl. And I did root her hair, and I thought it turned out just wonderfully. It took me 10 hours about to root, which is a long time. It takes a lot of patience, and but here she is. I wanted to show you my latest little girl, and she's 6 months old. I don't have a name for her yet, so if anybody has a good name for her, let me know. I'm still looking for ideas. So here she is. If everybody's ready, here she is. This is the Elliot sculpt, and she's a big baby, and she has blue eyes, kind of greenish blue, and strawberry blonde hair. I ordered her hair on eBay, and it's more of like goat hair, so it's a little more wiry than I thought it was gonna be, but I thought it turned out just beautiful. I just love her. And she's so nice to hold. She has kind of a floppy head. I wanted a baby that was kind of floppy, and she's a big baby. Like I said, she's 6 months old. She takes 6-month-old clothes, and I think she is just adorable. I do use air dry paints, but I use many layers. So I start like with the skin tones, and then I put veining and modeling, and then I put more skin tone, and it takes like 10 layers, 10 different layers of paint and stuff, and then I make sure I varnish, matte and varnish, so her paint stays really, so her paint doesn't fade or anything. And I just fell in love with her. I thought she turned out so adorable. And as you can see, her hair, I think I did a beautiful job on her hair. It's kind of a wavy, curly hair, wavy and curly. And I love her because she is so alert. It looks like she's really looking around like a real toddler. And so I found this really cute outfit that has like dazed flowers and everything, and I thought I'd put that on her. But I was going to just give you a real close-up of a couple things so you get to see how I painted her. Like I said, I don't have a name for her yet. She's got kind of hazel green eyes, and she's got strawberry blonde hair. So I've got to think of a name that would fit her painting, or her color, her hair color and everything. I always look at their hair color when I'm thinking of names, and even their eyes. Each reborn kind of has their own little personality and expression. So, but I wanted to show you close up her little arms, and there's a lot of modeling and veining. I love her hands. They kind of open up like a real toddler. So there she is. And there's the little girl. I'll show you a little more close-up of her face. I love her lips. They're kind of glossy, and it's a very soft pink. And then her ears. See, I put a little blushing on her ears, a little bit of that, so that they look very realistic. And I love the color of her cheeks. So she really, I thought her painting came out just beautiful. And she even has veining on her head, like all little real babies do. So I put lots of veining. I like my babies with veining and modeling and everything. So there she is. There's the one hand. And then I've got her other little arm. And you can see her arm, how cute it is. There, you can see close up her hand, how with all the blushing and flesh color and her little nails. I think she just turned out beautiful, and she is so nice to hold. She's a good little girl and so happy. I did not put a magnet inside her mouth. I decided to just have a modified pacifier, and that just goes right in her mouth. Where did I put it? I've got to find her pacifier. Oh, here it is. And here's a little, so here's a little butterfly that I put on her wrist. And because you know, toddlers, they like to interact with toys and everything, and I thought that was appropriate for her age. And then she's got a little pacifier where I used masking tape, and it goes right in her mouth, and I thought it worked out pretty good. I was debating what I should use, and it stays in her mouth so nicely. So there she is. And anyway, she weighs about 6 pounds, so she's a chunky little thing. She's chunky. I'll show you a little bit of her, well, I just dressed her, but we can dress her again. And she's got her legs. She's got very chunky legs. Chunky legs and chunky arms. All my other babies are a little more dainty and petite, smaller babies, like 18 inches or 20 inches. But this one is, she's a big baby. I love these booties. They're kind of crocheted, which I got. And she has very big feet. So here she is. You get to see all her veining and her detail and her legs. I love how her feet came out. Nice and blushy. And I think she's just beautiful. Boy, I'm going to have to keep painting and painting and painting. Every baby I make, they turn out even more lifelike and everything. So anyway, I thought I'd leave her here. Little Elizabeth is looking on. She's my other little baby, and she's one with painted hair. And I just love her too. I know this is my own style of painting, and I love my style, and everybody can love their style. But I think she turned out really cute. I've had her for like 3 months or 4 months, maybe a little longer. And I love her little face. And she's an open-eyed baby too. So anyway, I just got so excited about showing off my newest little girl. And my little Noah, who's also 6-month-old size, he adores this little girl. They're about the same size, which is a lot of fun. So I'll be able to role play and play, you know, maybe get more toddler-like toys for her and everything. So I'm going to put the little girl over here. I still have to think of a name. Boy, it's hard to come up with names. You always have to think what they look like and there's so many pretty names out there. So, hey, you have to think of a beautiful name for your little girl. And I love her pacifier. It's a Nook. The brand is Nook brand, and it fits in her mouth really nicely. On my little niece, now she's in high school, she made this octopus. She crocheted that. I thought it was very cute. And she's got kind of colorful, what do you call them? What do octopuses have? Their little legs or whatever. And my little Care Bear is here, Sunshine Bear. We all need some sunshine. Fall is coming in a few days. But we have to enjoy the seasons for what they are, and it'll be fun to dress our babies in fall-like clothes. I've got little Elizabeth here, and she's got a little bumblebee outfit, which I totally adore. It has like little yellow flowers and pink flowers, and the bumblebee has little gray wings. I think that is really cute. So Elizabeth says hello. But I'm enjoying all my reborns. They're all fun. I still have a couple for sale, but there are many reborns out there, and I realize there's a lot of competition, but it doesn't matter. I still love making dolls. I love making them. So I thought today, I haven't done a tag in a while, and oh, I found this little headband for little Elizabeth. I mean, not Elizabeth, for this little toddler. And I love this headband. It's knitted with a little bow. And I think it looks so cute on her. Anyway, she's looking right at the camera. She's the star of the show today. But so yeah, she took a long time to root. She has a really big head, so it took me quite a while, but it was I really enjoyed doing it, and she's a little sweetheart. So my take today has to do with babies and how we got to loving babies and everything. We all have that in common because we all love our reborns, and we all like them different sizes, different ages. There's the preemies all the way through the toddler stage. And I guess my first question was, when did you begin loving babies? When did you begin to love babies? And for me, it was from the time I was about 7 years old, and my cousin was born. And my aunt called, and she invited me to her place to help her with the baby. And the baby had just been born, like a month. She was only a month old, and I got there, and I was just mesmerized by this sweet little baby. You know, when you're only 7 years old and you see a baby and you think, oh my goodness, they're just so perfect. And she was a beautiful little baby with like dark brown hair, just gorgeous. And my aunt was so nice to let me hold her and help her take care of her. And she had the most beautiful bassinet. Oh my gosh, I still remember that bassinet. I was just in love with it. It had all the lace, and it had even like a little canopy on top. And I just love that. That's how I got to liking bassinets and babies and all that kind of thing. So I started from the time I was very young, and also when I was in the hospital, I had to have eye surgery when I was younger. And my mom said, is there anything you'd like to do while we're here? And I said, let's go look at the baby nursery. Let's go look at the nursery. And so we went there and got to see all the babies. And it was pretty neat to see all these sweet little babies. So yeah, I was pretty young. From the time I was very little, I loved babies. So what kind of emotions does your reborn bring to you? Oh, we all have lots of emotions, feelings about our reborns. And for some of us, it reminds us of when our kids were little. For some others, it might be a yearning to have had a baby, and maybe you weren't able to have a baby. But for me, I feel one of my emotions when I hold these babies, it gives me that sense of calm. And it's almost like you're so focused on these reborns that you kind of forget about everything else. It's just a really calming feeling, even holding them. And one thing is that you don't have to worry about them like a real baby. You can just enjoy them. You don't have to feed them every 4 hours. If you're busy doing something else, it's not going to matter if they're left there, you know. And also, they kind of, for me, it brings up many feelings of when I raised my own kids. And when they were little, I was a stay-at-home mom. I was very fortunate to stay at home. And I spent many, many hours with my children. I even have a calendar where I would write down every day. I'd write something like Elizabeth started to suck her thumb, or Elizabeth started to eat solid foods. So I still have their calendars that I worked on when they were little, and it's fun to go back to those calendars. And to be able to watch them growing up. I mean, babies are amazing how quick they grow up and how much they change on a daily basis. And so these babies kind of remind me of the times when I had little kids, when I had little children. And if I were to go back again, I would love to be able to go back and experience that time again. For those of you who have babies or young children, enjoy every day and every moment, because they grow up so quick. And I know some days might seem like they go on forever, but really enjoy your children. My daughter and my son were always very close. They're like 3 years apart, and my daughter, being the oldest one, she loved reading to my son, and she would interact with him and keep him busy, and they would play, and she would teach him words and everything. And it was such a neat thing to see every day, that close connection that they had. So having that connection with your children, and it's so important, having that close connection. Where do you like shopping for your reborns? Oh boy, I love going everywhere to look at baby clothes. I go to the different department stores, Kohl's or Target or Walmart, or I especially like going to thrift stores. A lot of these clothes that my babies are wearing, I bought at a thrift store. And one thing about thrift stores is that you don't feel guilty about spending money. You could buy something for $3 or $2. So I love going to thrift stores. And I know many of us struggle with not buying too many things because we just love baby clothes. So I just set a goal, and I tell myself I'm only going to buy 2 things, like a pair of like a little dress or a little sweater or a pair of shoes, and I really stick to that because it is so easy to end up with a ton of clothes, as we all know. I mean, there's just so many cute things there, so many tempting things to buy. So I especially like going thrifting. I like to go to rummage sales, to thrift stores, and when I buy the clothes, I bring it home and I wash it, and so it's like brand new. And what makes it special is that you know that another baby wore this clothes, and it's kind of neat to think of it that way. So that's why I especially like thrifting. Oh, little Elizabeth is looking over here. Oh, I'll take your pacifier off so you can look at everybody. But I also like shopping at regular stores. If I see something on the clearance rack, I love going there and maybe sometimes buy something from the clearance rack, and it's always fun. So if someone approached you in the baby department, like at a store, one of your favorite stores, and asked you who you were getting baby clothes for, what would you say? What would you tell them? I've had that happen to me. I've had people approach me and say, oh, you must have a new grandchild, or whatever, and oh, I have to kind of think twice, and then I tell them about the reborns, and I tell them um, that I have these dolls that I create, and that I love to change them, and and I'm not embarrassed at all to share that with them. I think it's a wonderful thing. Um, and I tell them what a reborn is, and they're pretty intrigued by it, actually. I've never had a negative comment like, oh, you play with dolls or whatever. So in this community, there's such a strong feeling for these dolls, but it's more than that. I think we're in the community to support each other, and so anyway, and don't be embarrassed to tell other people that you love reborns. There's nothing wrong with that. I have not taken my dolls out yet, and I'm still a little scared of that, but someday I'd like to do that. So anyway, I thought I'd do a tag, and so you could meet my newest little baby here, and I still have to come up with a name. And little Elizabeth is looking on. She's so sweet. She's such a sweetheart. And my daughter is back from being a nurse at camp, so it's really nice to have her back, my daughter. And my son's going to be coming in a couple weeks, so I'm pretty excited to have my kids coming back again. It's always fun to see your children again. Even when they're adults, you still enjoy them and like spending time with them. So I hope you're all doing well. I see a lot of people have gotten new babies. I love box openings. I love looking at new babies. I like looking at the clothes. And I'm praying for those people who experienced a hurricane out east. I pray for those people. It's got to be really tough. But enjoy the fall weather and enjoy your reborns and all your precious babies. So thank you for watching my channel, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and I'll be making a video soon. So have a great afternoon. Bye.